I'm Dalton Grenier. This time on Catatouille, we'll be making chicken fried rice.
This week, many of you will be celebrating Valentine's Day with a loved one. Unfortunately, we don't care about any of you.
This episode is for our single viewers celebrating the real holiday this week, Chinese New Year.
This is what you'll need for the chicken fried rice.
To make this recipe, you'll need half a cup of diced chicken, 1.5 cups of cooked rice, 4 mushrooms quartered, 2 scallions thinly sliced, a pinch of red chili flakes, half a teaspoon of ginger, half a cup of frozen peas and carrots. Next you'll need half a teaspoon of sesame oil, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 egg, half a teaspoon of minced garlic, and 1.5 tablespoons of peanut oil or vegetable oil.
Before we start cooking, we're going to prep our veggies. Start by quartering 4 mushrooms.
Just a tip, before cutting your mushrooms, make sure to wash them under cold water for a few seconds. Mushrooms are like sponges. If you leave them under water too long, you'll end up overhydrating.
After your mushrooms are cut, thinly slice 2 scallions.
The recipe we have calls for an 1/8 cup of minced carrots and an 1/8 cup of peas, but to save time and money, we bought frozen vegetables instead.
We've done this ahead of time, but make sure to let your frozen vegetables defrost in a strainer at room temperature before cooking.
The last thing we're going to chop is our ginger. We're going to peel and then mince 1 teaspoon.
Chinese New Year, or the Spring Festival, is celebrated in Asian countries, territories and communities. The festival is a 15-day spectacular, with activities such as lion and dragon dances, fireworks, visiting family and friends, and of course, the giving of red envelopes. In case you didn't know, red envelopes symbolize good luck and a symbol to ward off evil spirits, and are often filled with money.
Dice 1 chicken breast into 1/2-inch cubes. Cook the chicken in a non-stick pan on a medium-high heat.
But remember not to add any oil to your pan yet because we don't want to fry the chicken. If you don't have a non-stick skillet, then add very little oil to the bottom.
We're going to take it to break for now, but when we get back, we're going to start assembling our fried rice. Welcome back to our single Pringle edition of Catatouille.
We're going to jump right in and start making our eggs for our fried rice.
Beat an egg with a pinch of salt, place into a wok or non-stick skillet on medium-high heat with a tablespoon of peanut oil or vegetable oil.
Many of you might think we're making scrambled eggs, but we're actually making an egg-like crepe or sort of an omelet.
The public holiday derives from old Chinese mythology involving a mythical monster called Nian. The monster would terrorize villagers and commonly crave children to eat every Chinese New Year. One year, when all the villagers decided to hide from Nien, an old man decided to face the beast. He put up red papers and set off fireworks in an act to ward off Nien. The next morning, the villagers left their homes to find that Nien had fled, and the village remained safe.
With the remaining oil in your pan, stir fry your scallions, peas, and carrots for 1.5 to 2 minutes.
Add your mushrooms, chili flakes, ginger, and garlic for another minute.
Now we're going to add a tablespoon of soy sauce, a half teaspoon of sesame oil, and 1.5 cups of cooked rice.
Add your meat and cooked eggs, stir until heated through for about another 2 to 3 minutes. Thank you, my trusty assistant.
Absolutely.
It's time for fact number 3, and with the year of the rooster coming to a close, the new year begins on the 16th of February, namely the year of the dog. On the 15th day of Chinese New Year, children go to nearby temples during nighttime, whilst carrying large paper lanterns. These lanterns can symbolise the people letting go of their past selves whilst welcoming new ones, of which they'll let go of next year. Typically the lanterns are red to symbolise good fortune. In Singapore, Malaysia and other Chinese territories, Lantern Day is their form of Valentine's Day, as they join together to celebrate the first day of the new year.
Alright, Krissy Ray.
Yeah.
It's time to dig in.
Awesome.
I'm gonna say it's not bad, like it's really good. For a pretty minimal amount of ingredients and not too expensive, it's pretty good. Even for frozen vegetables, you can make them taste good, let me tell you.
Even though the chicken didn't call for seasoning, I would probably add some.
Absolutely. Yeah, it just needs a little bit of something, you know.
Glad
It's
you agree.
a little more salt in the chicken, a lot of soy sauce throughout the whole dish. So other than that, it's pretty good. I'm gonna give it 2.5 Krissy Rays out of 4 bowling balls.
Can you explain that? What is that rating?
I think that's metric.
Krissy Ray to bowling balls.
I think that's metric for weight.
What? I'm so lost.
If you'd like to make Krissy Ray and Dalton's version of chicken and egg fried rice, then pause the video now for our shopping list breakdown. You too can make this highly rated 2.5 Krissy Rays out of 4 bowling balls dish, serving 3 to 4 people, for $19.51.
That's it for this week's episode of Catatouille. Catch us next week on KNWT Channel 8 at 7:45 p.m.
watch previous episodes of Catatouille, click here.
And if you want to watch the latest episode of Gen 2, click here.